The gentleman from Ohio, Jim Jordan, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ms. Maher, who is Uri Berliner?
Mr. Berliner is a former senior editor,
That's all?
a former senior business editor for NPR.
How long do you work at NPR?
I believe he was there just over 25 years.
25 years? Award-winning journalist? Did he win any awards?
Our time to
Peabody Award? That's pretty important, isn't it?
That is,
So
absolutely.
pretty distinguished journalist, right?
Certainly.
And he wrote a long story about what you do at NPR. Is NPR biased?
Congressman, I have never seen any instance of political bias determining editorial decisions. No.
Well, Mr. Berliner, in his story last year, wrote, in the D.C. area, editorial positions at NPR, he said he found 87 registered Democrats, 0 Republicans. Is that accurate?
We do not track the numbers or the voter registration, but I find that
Was award-winning journalist who worked 25 years at NPR, Mr. Berliner, was he lying when he wrote that?
I am not presuming such. I just we don't track that information about our journalists.
87 to 0, and you're not biased?
I think that is concerning if those numbers are accurate.
It's concerning. I mean, it wasn't 44-43. It wasn't 60-27. It wasn't 70-17. It wasn't even 80-7. It was 87 Democrats, 0 Republicans, and you say NPR is not biased. How about the big stories over the last few years? According to Mr. Berliner, again, he wrote on the Trump-Russia story, he wrote, at NPR, we hitched our wagon to Trump's most...
Today, we're breaking down the intense hearing where Representative Jim Jordan pounced on the leaders of PBS and NPR over taxpayer funding, bias, and accountability. In the hearing, Jordan confronted the NPR CEO about millions in federal dollars funneled through the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, asking bluntly, is this taxpayer money going to content that advances a radical agenda? He noted that around $100 million flows to local stations, but eventually routes back to national networks like NPR. Jordan's point, America is buried under $36 trillion in national debt, and yet we're still subsidizing public media that he claims serve a narrow, elite, urban liberal viewpoint, not the everyday American. He placed the argument squarely on fairness. If half the country doesn't align with NPR's editorial choices, why should they still be compelled to pay? On the other side, NPR's CEO defended the funding, saying it supports news reach to every corner of America, including rural markets, and that she has no editorial role in newsroom decisions.
Visible antagonist Representative Adam Schiff, they said they interviewed him 25 times. Is that accurate?
I was not there at the time, but those numbers sound accurate. Yes.
Those sound accurate. But then he said when the Mueller report came out and Robert Mueller said he found no evidence of collusion, he said, Russiagate faded from our programming. Is that accurate?
Again, I was not there at the time. I couldn't say.
You couldn't say?
I was not at NPR at the time.
You didn't prepare for that? You knew we were going to ask you about this guy, didn't you? It's come up like 6,000 times already in the hearing.
I just couldn't say whether it faded from our coverage, sir.
How about this story? October 2020, the New York Post had the Hunter Biden laptop story, and one of those editors, I guess one of those